Guatemala is often referred to as the land of eternal spring due to its year-round sunny and warm climate. And although the country has accumulated considerable wealth, the vast majority of its citizens live in poverty, working for less than minimum wage. Secure, well-paying jobs have become increasingly difficult to find, which, in addition to the country's crime, gang violence, and political corruption, cause thousands to flee every year. Bpeace is an international coalition of business volunteers that aims to reduce violence in historically violent countries by catalyzing job growth and economically empowering women. In partnership with Argidius, Bpeace collaborated with 40 small businesses in Guatemala with the goal of accelerating each company's growth over a 3-year period. This case study will summarize the experiences and results, positive and negative, of 8 different Guatemalan businesses that participated in the Bpeace program. Those 8 businesses are Freitas, a Mexican-style, Frida Kahlo-inspired restaurant located in Antigua, Guatemala, founded by Lola and Maggie over 23 years ago. SMT, founded by Juan Sebastian in 2012, and now one of Guatemala's leading digital consulting firms. Mininum Pacus, a sugar, spice, and custom condiment manufacturing, packaging, and distribution company founded by Sylvia 12 years ago, who now runs it with her husband, Javier. Melamine, a family business that manufactures melamine tableware, run by the founder's daughter, Yayun, and her husband, Jose. Superco, another family business, is an interest-free, credit-based convenience store that allows low-income factory workers to buy basic necessities whenever they need. It is currently led by Martha Estrada and her parents. Sabor Rico, an organic health food restaurant located in Antigua and run by Juan Carlos and Michael. Grupo Genesis, a cleaning chemical product manufacturer and water treatment plant based in Villanueva, founded by Giovanni over 20 years ago. Bluelicious, founded and run by Claudia and Elisa, their restaurant aims to sell affordable, artisanal dishes in Guatemala City's business district. Let's start with Freitas. Founders Maggie and Lola wanted to make Freitas a franchise by opening more locations both in and outside of Guatemala. But in 2013, the company's growth plateaued. Record-keeping, codes of conduct, and employee engagement were lacking. Bpeace consultants sent these fast runners, in addition to their 2 business partners Tatiana and Victoria, on a road trip to Daiquiri Deck, a successful restaurant and bar franchise in Sarasota, Florida, where they shadowed the owner, managers, and employees.
Ir a Florida, a este lugar, a Daiquiri Deck, nos enseñaron demasiado de administración, de servicio. Vinimos a poner puestos, por ejemplo en la cocina, puestos de trabajo que nosotros no teníamos y que nos dimos cuenta que eran indispensables. Y ahorita nos están funcionando súper bien.
Maggie and Lola say the road trip was eye-opening, but they found it challenging to implement all they'd learned from Daiquiri Deck in their own restaurant, citing difficulties such as cultural and economic differences between the 2 countries. Adopting Bpeace philosophies such as employee inclusion, innovation, women empowerment, and trusting responsibility to the company's leadership proved a necessary precursor to making these changes. They began including and consulting employees in monthly meetings, providing educational opportunities for their chefs, empowering managers to share and implement new ideas, and cultivated an atmosphere of respect and security for their female employees. Pairing the ideas and training they received at Daiquiri Deck with the philosophies and values Bpeace advocates contributed to Freitas' 24% revenue growth and 65% job growth. At SMT, Juan Se, the digital consultant firm's founder, remembers that prior to the program, his company lacked organization and market differentiation. Leaders at SMT did not have clearly defined responsibilities. Project workflow was often unorganized, and Juan Se himself was often too busy with addressing daily problems to focus on long-term growth. On top of this, Guatemala's global reputation made securing international clients, SMT's long-term goal, very difficult. Bpeace assigned Richard Coughlin, a marketing and design production expert, as SMT's philanthropist. Members of the SMT team describe Richard as being the most impactful aspect of their collaboration with Bpeace.
Richard, personally, and definitely with the rest of the team, switched our mindset to being a catalyst for growth. in our company, with our clients, with anyone that we work with.
According to the SMT team, Richard inspired a profound philosophy change within the company that led to the prioritization of employee satisfaction and empowerment. In Juanse's words, Richard made him realize that his primary responsibility is to be a catalyst for innovation for his team. Furthermore, Richard helped the SMT team develop a new market strategy to differentiate them from other consulting firms. Since then, SMT has landed several international clients, which Juanse says has positively impacted the digital market in Guatemala.
That creates a network effect that ripples everywhere, to the salaries, to the business, to the conditions, to the perks and benefits you have to offer.
SMT's revenue has increased by 98% and employment by 44%. Sylvia and Javier, the owners of the sugar and condiment packaging facility Mininum Pacus, wanted to obtain larger chain restaurant clients, and thus needed to obtain the HACCP certification by meeting and maintaining very high sanitation standards. But that wasn't their only barrier to growth. Sylvia and Javier had for a long time been severely overworked and stressed, unsure of their company's standing, and fearing that it could come apart any day. This, they say, was negatively affecting both their ability to manage and the atmosphere of the workplace. The Bpeace program assigned Jane Ganaway, an operations strategy and implementation expert, as Sylvia and Javier's philanthropist. Jane made great effort to not only understand the business's circumstances, but also the mindsets of Sylvia and Javier, which revealed to her that they had taken on so much responsibility within the business that they had no time to focus on the long-term vision and planning, the main contributor to their stress. She helped Sylvia and Javier delegate responsibilities amongst employees and promote others to specialized roles. She also provided insight on improving sanitation and organization. Mininum Pacus appears to be an example of how considering the fast runners' personalities and mindset is important when assigning a philanthropist. Aside from her focus on resolving Sylvia and Javier's stress, Jane's positive personality also seems to have been a great influence on them.
Tú sientes esa calma y te empieza a decir, no te preocupes por las cosas que no han pasado. Trabaja para que eso no pase, pero tú sigue tu camino.
Since their collaboration with Bpeace, Mininum Pacus has seen an 18% increase in revenue, though no employment growth, and are confident they will soon secure their HACCP certification. Employees report that the whole workplace feels happier, and Sylvia and Javier express feeling much more confident about their business and management skills. Prior to its involvement in the Bpeace program, Best Melamine made most of its revenue by selling plain, melamine-based dishware in bulk to supermarket clients. However, fierce competition with Chinese producers had diminished Best Melamine's profit margins. As a result, Yayun and Jose, the owners and fast runners, wanted to shift their focus to selling uniquely designed tableware to the Horeca market to increase profit. Bpeace assigned Best Melamine 2 remote advisors, or advisors who communicate through virtual platforms like Skype. Liz Long, an expert in launching product-based brands, who would aid Yayun and Jose in developing a marketing strategy for the Horeca market, and Leslie Pisanti, an expert in financial infrastructure and projection analysis, who would advise the fast runners on restructuring their prices and finances with the aim of making their supermarket clientele profitable. Unfortunately, the program wasn't fully completed. Yayun and Jose were overcommitted to outside projects, and although they both wanted to move into the Horeca market, their individual strategies differed from one another. While Bpeace advisors often address these sorts of obstacles to growth, it seems that the remote nature of Best Melamine's advisors prevented them from establishing significant trust and opening up conversations that could have revealed these underlying obstacles. Nevertheless, Yayun and Jose have now returned to the advice and goals laid out during the growth projects.
No pueda venir yo puntualmente a decir, Bpeace nos ayudó en esto, en esto, en esto. Realmente nos dejó tantas secuelas que hoy estamos haciendo en la empresa que nos están dando resultados.
Riza has taken the lead on restructuring the company's finances. Yayun says Bpeace's Women Empowerment Initiative was particularly inspiring, so she and Jose have made a point to hire and promote women into important positions. The The family-owned business Superco has multiple stores inside factory grounds, where workers can utilize the unique interest-free credit system during breaks or immediately following the workday. Prior to the Bpeace program, Superco's inventory system was frequently inaccurate. Popular items would often run out of stock, putting customers that depend on the store's credit system in difficult situations. Bpeace paired Martha, the company's operations manager, with philanthropist Nat Love, who has extensive experience in retail marketing analysis, merchandising, project management, and sales. Furthermore, the program used employee surveys to reveal that much of the staff felt disconnected from administration. Empowering the staff to contribute to company growth, building trust and connection between them and administration, and implementing reward and motivation initiatives to boost employee engagement soon became priorities in the program. This, says Martha, has been the key to Superco's recent growth.
¿Verdad? Se ha roto esa modalidad que existe en donde el jefe dice que se tiene que hacer y se hace. No hay otra forma de hacer que las cosas funcionen.
Even though 2 locations were closed in 2018 due to complications with its factory partners, Superco's revenue has increased by 8%. Martha says these numbers show that the inventory restructuring and, most importantly, employee engagement have positively impacted the company. Juan Carlos and Michael, the founders and owners of Sabor Rico, want to share their passion for healthy eating with others, but Antigua, a popular tourist destination where their restaurant is located, is oversaturated with restaurants and cafes, creating a fiercely competitive market. Bpeace's goals were to help improve their customer service and human resources, as well as refine their brand so the fast runners could market Sabor Rico more effectively. Stacy Scholist, a marketing expert, was chosen as their philanthropist and would help them analyze the market and develop a new marketing strategy. Unfortunately, Guatemala's economy took a downturn in 2016, the year Sabor Rico's program began, and not long after, a nearby volcano erupted. Tourism to Antigua, which is a primary source of business for Sabor Rico, decreased significantly. The fast runners say the most impactful aspect of the program was reconnecting with their company's value of authentic well-being, which united them and their team together during this tough period. Sabor Rico has been able to keep most of its employees, who are grateful to be able to work in Antigua, one of the country's safest cities. Juan Carlos and Michael have also partnered with an agricultural community where they now dry fruits organically and pay local farmers for fresh and organic produce. Thus, the owners of Sabor Rico demonstrate that growth is not the only way a business can improve its community and country. And while they wish they could find external funding, which is nearly impossible to get in their country, they say, they are proud to continue promoting well-being for their customers and their employees.
Y así hemos visto también como muchos de nuestras empleadas también siguen estudiando y sacan su secundaria y secretariados y todo lo demás también, aparte de estar trabajando aquí. Así que la idea es esa, es que el trabajo de ellos sean escalones hacia sus sueños.
With some products in surplus and going to waste, and others going out of stock, the inventory system at Grupo Genesis was costing the company. On top of that, high interest loans were inhibiting the company's growth. With little enthusiasm from employees who distrusted that the company's growth would be beneficial to them, amping up productivity was not an easy target. Vinicio, the head of operations and primary fast runner, says that Bpeace helped identify what the company's mission needed to be.
Este tal vez para mí fue el punto culminante de Bpeace, cuando nos hablaron con toda claridad que el bien más importante, o sea, el recurso más importante que contamos es nuestra gente, y que si nosotros hacíamos que nuestra gente estuviera bien, las cosas iban a caminar mucho mejor.
With this goal in mind, philanthropist Louis Dries, a supply chain management expert with extensive experience in energy and chemical industries, traveled to Guatemala to work hands-on with management and employees. He quickly realized they could greatly improve workplace safety standards and procedures, a goal that worked in tandem with the company's new, Bpeace-inspired I Believe initiative that promised employees a bonus in ratio to increased revenue. They also implemented an in-house doctor, free for employees and their families. These efforts resulted in a drastic reduction in repeat accidents, a bonus for employees, and a 34% increase in revenue. The leaders at Grupo Genesis believe that identifying the company's values was the key to its growth.
Lo más importante ahora para la empresa es el empleado. Se trata de cuidar al empleado antes de cualquier otra cosa. Y teniendo bien al empleado, el empleado cuida de todo lo demás.
Claudia and Elisa started Bluelicious 5 years ago, serving traditional Guatemalan food in the food court of this busy office building. Despite having no formal business management training or experience, the restaurant generated many customers, upwards of 250 sales at lunch per day, according to staff. But their operating costs were consistently higher than their revenue, and Bpeace identified their menu to be the problem. With an estimated 300 to 500 recipes a year and a new menu every week, they needed to simplify and standardize. Claudia and Elisa were paired with philanthropist Kathleen King, the founder of Tate's Bake Shop. She would help them analyze costs, standardize their processes, and identify most profitable menu offerings so that the owners could distill their menu down to only profitable recipes. Many of these goals were achieved, and the fast runners expressed gratitude for their new understanding of costing and management. However, much of the program's goals were left to the owners to implement or act upon, such as including employees in company discussions and gathering data on customer preferences. After Kathleen's visit, there was little to no communication between Bpeace and the fast runners, who decided to implement a drastic menu change on their own. Lacking advertising and consultation from advisors, employees, and customer preferences, Bluelicious introduced a new, internationally inspired artisanal menu, which resulted in a 90% drop in sales in the first month. Although the company has not completely recovered their lunch sales, their catering service has expanded and their costs have been standardized, both of which have helped recover much of their lost revenue. This case study seems to reveal that fast runners with less business experience may make decisions that could harm their business when left with complex ideas to act upon themselves, and thus may require more of a Bpeace presence than other fast runners. These 8 case studies represent only a small portion of the entire Bpeace project, but reflect its impact well. On average, Bpeace participants see 21% revenue growth and 27% job growth. What these numbers do not show, however, are the many ways in which these businesses are improving and providing opportunities for themselves, their employees, and their communities. Freitas kick-started a food truck service, opened a production facility, increased gift shop sales by 80%, and are in the process of becoming a franchise, which they expect to expand to neighboring countries very soon. They are collaborating with local artists to create original artwork, and Lola and Maggie may soon begin advising other businesses in the area, which they say is their way of showing gratitude to the Bpeace program. SMT is continuing to elevate its industry and local market with developments like employee health insurance and educational opportunities, entrepreneurial support programs, and more. At Mininum Pacus, Javier and Sylvia have continued their relationship with Jane, who after the program arranged for them a trip to a Griffith Foods processing plant, where they shadowed the president and employees. They call the experience priceless. Best Melamine is now in talks with higher-end retailers and hotels, thus coming closer to meeting their initial goal. Yayun says that her experience with Bpeace ushered in a period of rapid growth and learning. She and Jose are now attending the Bpeace alumni meetings. Having reconnected with her company's mission during the program, Martha is exploring new ways Superco can improve quality of life for her customers, including a health insurance program and bill collection service. Juan Carlos and Michael at Sabor Rico continue to work with local farmers and agricultural communities, which they call a win-win partnership. And despite the economic challenges, they were able to open a new store in Guatemala City. Grupo Genesis employees received a 600 quetzal bonus in 2019, and management calls their new inventory processes incomparable to its prior state. Giovanni, the founder of Grupo Genesis, was able to retire after 25 years of work, feeling confident that the company will continue to be successful without him. Despite their initial drop in sales, Bluelicious appears to have recovered its revenue and is stable enough to begin generating profit and growth. The fast runners say they feel more in control of their business, confident in their management abilities than before the program, and plan to include their employees in future company decisions. But how can Bpeace improve its impact? The organization has already made substantial changes to their program in pursuit of improvement, which occurred between the first and second cohorts. The first cohort, or the first group of businesses to be selected for the Bpeace program, included Melamine, Sabor Rico, and SMT, who underwent programs that lasted between 12 and 18 months. These programs designed 2 growth projects for each business and were offered completely free of charge. In the case of Melamine, the workload may have overwhelmed both owners and employees at SMT express a similar critique of the program's demands. According to some fast runners, there were some business owners in the program that exhibited a lack of commitment, which was frustrating and discouraging to those taking it seriously. So Bpeace decided to offer just 1 growth project in each program, shortening the duration, and began requesting a low income-based fee from future fast runners. These changes appear to have improved completion rates, allowed for more focus on growth projects, and the fee seems to make fast runners feel more committed to seeing the program through. The only potential downside to shortening the duration is that some fast runners wish they could have dedicated more time to topics outside of their primary growth project, such as marketing in the case of Mininum Pacus and Bluelicious. The fast runners themselves have shared their own ideas for improving the program. One is to create a clear roadmap that shows how each meeting, document, deliverable, and training session fits into the scope of the whole program. This, they say, should be shared with all employees involved in the program, not just the fast runners. Many fast runners also wish for a way to use their experience with Bpeace as a way to mitigate concerns people might have about the quality or stability of their business, especially with international clients. Another way Bpeace might continue to improve is by replicating the things that seem to have positively impacted every business. These include identifying or defining the business's values or mission, empowering employees to contribute to company growth, considering fast runner personalities and characteristics when assigning a philanthropist, and emphasizing the value of trust and open communication, especially with remote advisors. Even so, fast runners express gratitude for having been involved in the Bpeace program. Many point to personal growth as being a significant aspect of the program, and all feel they are better off for having had the experience.
No sé qué hubiera pasado si no hubiera entrado Bpeace a mi vida.
Probablemente no estaría aquí.
We truly believe that if it wasn't for them, we would never have made such an impact for not just ourselves, but for the digital strategy consultancy market in Guatemala as a whole.
Estar dentro de un programa como este, pienso que nos hizo voltear a ver a nuestros empleados. Y bueno, yo soy empleada al final y me siento más protegida que antes.
En Bpeace encontramos esa red que nos ayudó y nos acolchó.
Porque nos está profesionalizando a los emprendedores y a los que tenemos sueños. Porque al final, como también nuestro equipo tiene sueños, nosotros también tenemos sueños de crecer. Y eso es parte de lo que nos ha dado ahora.
Entonces yo creo que Bpeace nos dio las herramientas necesarias y que estaban al alcance de Bpeace para poder hacerlos. Yo creo que Bpeace hizo su parte, ahora nos toca a nosotros hacer la nuestra.